Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy DJ Fanatic at soundsforproducers.com, and welcome to this beat breakdown where I made a pretty dope beat last night. I thought it came together quite well. It's on like the trap side, but it has like a nice vibe to it. It's dark, it's eerie, but it just has some unorthodox things, and I thought it came together quite well. I thought I'll share the process with you to show you kind of behind the scenes of what I did, and maybe hopefully I give you some value and just show you something that you may never thought of, or just something you can try on your own, just to kind of break down the beat and show you the ins and outs of it. So if you haven't subscribed, click the sub button, click the bell as well, and also give it a thumbs up if you're feeling anything I say, or you learn anything, or you're feeling the beat, whatever, show some love. Definitely appreciate it. And also put in the comments, how you feel about it or whatever I say in this video. So, and thank you for those that are subscribing. Really appreciate y'all. I know who you are. I'm very grateful for every sub, and it's all about growing, as a producer and as with something that you love. So I'm not going to jump into too much deepness as I usually do. So anyway, so I'm going to go over every element in the beat that I chose. And first thing I started with was actually MIDI in one of our packs here. Which one did I use? It was the Source, the Sauce Volume 3. And I think it was it keys? No. Pad? Nope. Let me see which one it was. I don't want to bore you to death. Let's see. Strings, synth. Yeah, synth loop 1, I believe. Let me see. And this is, I think that's the one I chose. Yep. So basically I chose synth loop 1 out of the Sauce Volume 3 pack. This is the actual loop. And what I did, I just used the MIDI. So I just grabbed this MIDI and I threw it in a pattern and chose Nexus. Let me show you the exact sound that I chose, because I definitely want you to see everything that I did in this beat. This is the Sad Scenary, I guess. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. Scenary. It's some type of pad I found on Epic Pads, and I thought it was kind of cool. And also what I did with this MIDI that I imported, I pitched it up a couple notes. So basically I Control A, selected all, and shifted it up a couple notes. I think this was down 3. So it was probably... So it was E minor, and I moved it up 2 notches to F sharp. See? So let me play that actual loop for you. So I thought that was kind of cool. I wanted to pick something that was eerie and just kind of dark and creepy. And I was experimenting with different sounds in Nexus. So, and I don't have the new one, but it's all good. You don't really need every new thing to make music great. So the next sound that I chose, what did I choose? I used Distorch from Studio Link. And this particular sound that I chose was called Sleepy. It's a harp. So check it out. And notice there's 2 different melodies to kind of counter each other. So I have 2 different melodies going on. The harp, it's more like a guitar, it sounds like to me. But here's the melody that I chose for that. And the second part of it, all I did is just raise it up an octave to kind of build some more energy. And speaking of energy, I need some energy. So the next thing I added was some piano, and I used the Storch as well for that. And I used the dark piano plugin. And I tried different VSTs and stuff. I got so much stuff, it's insane. But I try to use different VSTs that I haven't used in a while, just to kind of challenge myself, but also use it in a creative state, in a creative way. So here it is with the piano. Here's the piano by itself. These are the chords I came up with. They're pretty much just triads with the lower note doubled at the bottom here. So here it is by itself. And that's just, just one little MIDI melody that I took from one of our packs. And that's what made all of this so far. That's what inspired this whole beat. It's just amazing how you can take one little melody and get creative off of it like that. And I was just vibing out because of that one melody and just kind of experimenting. If you want, there's a free pack, loop pack in the description below this video. I believe it's probably it's the first link you'll see there. Feel free to cop that and make something dope. And always, tag us or whatever on IG or Twitter or whatever. So that way, definitely we can show you some love on what you create with our music, with our packs. Also, there's a bunch of other links in there for you to preview other packs. And anyway, you'll see. Just check the description. So the next thing, I got 3 different melodies going on. I didn't want to make it too complex. So I'm really happy with how that sounded. Processing wise, the first sound, let me show you what I did, was the pad. So all I did was kind of isolate the frequencies I wanted, cut the lows, cut the highs, did a smooth curve and a high. The second thing, the guitar pluck, which is called harp. I did some different stuff too. I had parametric EQ2, did some cuts there, but then I used some reverb, kind of had a long decay, high wet level, lowered the bass and did a low cut. And also fruity delay, ping pong delay, about 53% output. You can pause the video and see all these settings if you want. Then I threw halftime on top of it. And these are the settings on that as well. But I kind of wanted to make this sound unique. Let me play that by itself. Let me just... And this is without effects. Now you can see I did some work to it, right? So just spending that time and setting all that up gave it a unique sound. And I can't stress enough spending your time on your sounds and your beats, because you can make something totally different than what it was and make it special, make it unique to how you interpret your music. And I can't stress that enough. The next thing is the piano. So what did I do with the piano? All I did was kind of did some EQing there. So let's get into some drums. Now that I have those 3 melodies, I wanted to get kind of what tempo this is going for. This is at 183 BPM. And I kind of wanted to find where I'm going to have the snare. So check it out. That was bars that rhymed. Now first, I need to unmute everything. Thank you. Now all these drum sounds, basically all the sounds are from our packs. So I made a beat based on all our products. And speaking of that, just drop down the prices for y'all, man, because definitely want to give you more bang for your buck. So right now, prices have been slashed. I don't know how long they're going to be there like that. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it like that, but prices have been slashed. Most of them are $12.99, so cop those right now as you can. I know we're dealing with the whole coronavirus thing, and it's rough out there, and I'm seeing like people, just having a hard time. So I definitely want to support the community and give you the opportunity to get products at a discounted rate and also create music, because music soothes the savage beast basically, and you're able to pursue your passion. So definitely, most of them are like $12.99. Some of the higher end products are $17.99, $19.99, but that's definitely affordable. So definitely wanted to do that for y'all. So anyway, most of them are $12.99, so make sure you holler at those and create something dope. So this particular sound, the snare, is the airy day snare. Let me show you where it's at. Here's a quick way to find out where you got that sound from. So if you open the Fruity wrapper and grab it and drop it into the browser, it'll show you exactly where you had it. So this is the Drums of Madness series. This is actually the Sauce Volume 3 pack within this series. So there's the Airy Day Snare 1. My bad, excuse me. But I did pitch it up a little bit so it matched the key of the beat better. So check it out. So now that I know where I'm gonna fit the snare, then I started throwing that kick on there. So this kick pattern was very different, and I just kind of vibed out with it. I wasn't going for any straight simple trap beat. I just want to make something unique. So check it out. And that kick is the Airy Day kick, and I think I got it from the same pack. It is the Drums of Madness, the Sauce series, and that's in the Sauce series Volume 3 under kicks. And that's the kick that I chose. And let's see, processing wise, I probably did some tricks. Yeah, I used Fruity Parametric EQ2 to cut the highs. I wanted that kick to be dark. I used Fruity Soft Clipper. Basically copy these settings, and in the Fruity wrapper there's a way to make your drums hit crazy, is adjusting the level adjustment here. I showed that in other videos, and I use Sound Goodizer on top of all that, so I made it punch really hard. And I think I will be able to turn on the master effects so you can hear a little better. If the video gets too much distortion, I will turn that off. Now I realize the snare is just hitting crazy. So next thing I added was the hi-hats. And that's the Vibe hi-hat from the Drums of Madness Sauce series as well. But that's from the Sauce series Volume 2 subfolder in that pack. And the hi-hat pattern I chose, let me show you that right quick. It's a pretty straightforward pattern, but I did like some hi-hat rolls at a lower pitch and like a roll down here with different rhythm. So let me show you visually. You can mess around and make all kinds of patterns and just get crazy with it, but always just trust your ear and trust your heart of what you want to put in a beat, because you can always do too much and it backfires. And trust me, I know all about that, because I'm the type of guy that would make a beat for 24 hours and just keep putting stuff into it. But you got to know how to have that balance, especially if you want it for an artist. So the next sound, I believe that was a percussion sound. Yeah, it's a second snare, but with a high reverb. So I wanted to emphasize that snare. So check it out. And the next sound, let's see, what did we choose? Is a vocal effect. It's like a little chant. on the end of the beat. And with that, I use parametric EQ2, cut the lows. Then I use Fruity Reverb 2 to kind of give it some space. The next sound that I had was like a percussion sound, but I use it as like a cymbal crash. And with that percussion hit, I have EQ2, Fruity Reverb 2, and Fruity Delay 3. These are the settings that I have. It's not a high wet level, but I kind of lowered it as well, so it's in the background. So now you're grooving out. I added this 808, and that particular 808, let me figure out where I got that from, because I was hunting for an 808 to make it just perfect for this beat. This is the Cold October 808, so it's probably the Scorpion Sting. Let me see. Yep, Drums and Madness, the Scorpion Sting series, Scorpion Sting series Volume 2, and the Cold October 808. And if you want to hear some others, here's some others. Yeah, crazy. I made sure they're nice and distorted and just aggressive. But anyway, you get the idea for that. So here it is with the 808. And I zoomed in on the pattern so you can kind of see the melody I created. A lot of movement in the 808. Kind of have like its own melody going on. And as you probably heard, there's some underruns going on. So let me not do that. Let me just turn off the mastering, Ozone 8. So that's all the sounds. In the intro, I did something a little cool. Like I used the finger. Yeah, that's hilarious. Let me show you what I did. Basically, in the channel rack, I created a MIDI out, routed 1 here, and to use the finger, I put it on the master track. This is like a mastering effect I chose to use, and I opened Reactor 6. So within Reactor 6, I double click on the finger. You can route this and make it whatever you want. And the finger is kind of like this huge effects plugin that you can control with just one finger, and you have all these cool different things. There's a lot of different presets and stuff. You can tweak parameters and all that. Hopefully I didn't change what I did. So and it has some cool stuff in there. So that's just one little trick that I did to kind of create this intro. So I think that's pretty much everything. There's not much. I did stereo separation for the piano, pretty much no panning, but you notice my volumes are, pretty different, but you can always mess around with that. Let's see, what else did I do? Mastering, I use Neutron 2 and Ozone 8 and tonal balance control, basically isotope products, and kind of tweaked everything within the different modules, like the parameters within every module. This one, I rarely use presets when mastering, and I know a lot of producers don't even master the beats, but I think you should, but leave headroom. And sometimes I don't, because I want that beat to bang, but definitely leave headroom. So anyway, here's some equalizer. I use the equalizer, the exciter, and compressor 1. Basically track assistant, and then adjust different things based on how you feel and what you want to stand out or whatever. You can get lost in this. Tonal balance control was to kind of tone everything back, have balance within the track and throughout. And yeah, I don't want to bore you with mastering, because mastering, it's a whole craft in itself, and you can do different things to get a different result, and everybody has their own way of doing it. So I don't want you to just follow my way, you know what I mean? So that's why I kind of rush over that. But if you check out some other videos, I did go in depth of how I do it. So let me play the intro into the chorus with the little effect that I did with the finger. And, you know, you kind of vibe out and hear what I did with the beat. So check it out. Here goes the piano. It's a super long intro, but here comes the 808. Thought I'll skip to the verse for y'all. Switch up in the second half of the verse. There we go. So you get the idea. Just thought I'll break down this beat for y'all. Most of them obviously you just saw is from the packs that we have at soundsforproducers.com. And thank you for all the love for the interviews that's been happening with the other producers and artists that have been going on the channel. I got some more stuff planned for you coming up. You know, I'm always cooking up something, man, especially for the producers, man, because I know how it is. But again, if you haven't subbed, please click the sub button. Click the bell as well so you're alerted to new content that posts on the channel. And also give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Again, it's your boy DJ Fanatic from soundsforproducers.com. I'll catch you next time. Peace and love. Stay healthy through all this madness. And don't let other people's fear consume you. Peace.